Over time, you'll find that you'll have a lot of original files and Final Cut libraries that need to be stored off your system disk. Now, it's not practical to have these external disks attached all the time. So in comes Neofinder. This is an application that will track what is on those external hard disks while they're still unattached. The free version of Neofinder will allow you to track 10 hard disks before you need to pay. Neofinder can also be used as a network service, so check the Neofinder website. The link is in the description below, and that will also show you where you can download the application. In this video, before I show you how to work with Neofinder, I'll show you how to prepare Final Cut by consolidating your projects ready for archiving. I'm Bruce McBride, and my goal is to improve your knowledge and to speed up your workflow in Final Cut. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and press the bell. Organization is a key element of Final Cut. Not the least of that is, what do you do with the completed videos? They need to be archived, and on that basis you will probably need to have a number of hard disks to store that footage. Before we go to look at Neofinder, let's just consider what we need to do in Final Cut before we go to archiving. If we select the library we're working in, probably you'll want to delete your generated project files. That's the render files. They take up space, and providing you have the original media, Final Cut will let you do this. The benefit here is that should you bring that project back into Final Cut to work with again in the future, those generated or render files will be recreated by Final Cut. And then we need to consolidate any media that may be outside of the Final Cut library. Then it will ask you whether you want to consolidate your optimized and proxy media, so say yes to that. And then it will go and consolidate all of those files together. And you'll notice up here in the top left hand corner, the progress bar is showing in the media management that it's consolidating the media. So what it's doing is it's dragging all of the files outside of the library and putting them into this library that you've selected here. It doesn't tell you that it's done it other than a little tick mark here or check mark here. So the trick really would be to go back and select consolidate project media and do it again, and then it tells you there are no files to consolidate. You should do the same thing with your motion content if you've been using motion. So any files created in motion will be brought into this library as well. So the library is complete and independent, and you're able to archive it by dragging it to your hard disk. What we're going to look at here is how Neofinder works. Now, Neofinder is an application that remembers the content of all of your hard disks in an index format, so that you can go to Neofinder and select Edit. You can see your library of disks, and by clicking on any of these disks here, you can see an index of what's on those disks. It just shows you the names of the files, meaning that you can then attach that disk and access those files. Now, if you don't know where they are, you can simply type in here, let's type Cameron, and it does a little search up there, and now we can see it. There is a Final Cut bundle or a Final Cut library, and it's on the 3 terabyte in this folder. So by clicking on the 3 terabyte, we can come down to the Stacy folder, and there is the Final Cut library. So at this stage you could do two things. You can access it from that hard disk once you've attached it, or if it's an old style hard disk, USB or something like that, maybe a good idea to copy the library to one of your working Thunderbolt disks. I hope this video lets you understand how easy it is to archive, how important it is to consolidate, and how to track those external disks that have your archived footage on them. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching.